taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight, making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright, tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight, every ride is sheer delight, making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please, bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
Experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Ride along live worldwide, feel the beat.
Ride along live worldwide, feel the beats, feel the vibe. Welcome to Ride Along Live for today. It is Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday on the ride. Oh, how I love Tuesday. Don't you? Don't you just love Tuesday? It comes right after Monday. It is right before Wednesday. It's just like it's there. You know what I mean? Just gotta love Tuesday, right? For many, many reasons, I love Tuesday. Tuesday is also the day of the week that's dedicated to you, the viewers, right? Because, listen, one of the main reasons I think a lot of people get all kind of illness, sickness, probably even cancer, who knows? All kind of illness, Jed, because they keep stuff inside and it festers and it damages the inside. So Tuesday is your day to just get all of that gunk up, right? So it's what's pissing you off on a Tuesday. So that's what it's all about. Riders, how you doing? Oh, God. Woo! Tuesday is also important because it is for you, the viewers, right? We usually tackle some of the toughest topics that's happening in the world. So earlier today, before I even go on earlier today, let me just say first that this program is brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride Tuk Tuk, Ride e-bikes, Ride. Got the boats as well. But I got to tell you about this before we go into the program. We got the island-wide beach tucking tour. Yeah, the tucking tour. Say it right. Say it after me. The tucking tour, the beach tucking tour. So it's a whole island-wide ride, and we tucking all the way through. And we stopping off of at a beach in every parish, right? So that's coming up. So you guys got to look out for that. Is the Ride Grenada island-wide beach tucking tour. Say it right. Ridealong Live is also brought to you with the kind compliments of the Donut Boat. Yeah, man. Book your donut boat experience at ride.gd. That's RYDE.gd. And of course, the Tuk Tuk. You guys see it all over the tongue. This is what it looks like. When you see, take a picture and tag me, okay? All right, so let's get into the meat of the matter. So earlier today, while preparing for this program, I got a call from a colleague of mine who advised me that we have an exclusive broadcast that we need to do, an interview that we need to host on the Ride Along platform. Of course, his name is Mr. Ian Django Thomas. I'm going somewhere with this, so listen in. So the interview is that of Kennedy Boodal, right? For those of you who know Kennedy Boodal, would have known about his experiences, his lifespan, and his story circulating around the Grenada, the Revo, right? So if you guys remember that. So anyway, so I was advised that we want to come on and do this program because Kennedy, who recently posted a big like bombshell on social media this week, he is ready to talk, and he is ready to talk exclusively on Ride Along Live to break the story. Of course, Ride Along Live is where everyone get all the news, updates, and everything that is pertinent to their life. So we gladly accepted. I spoke to Mr. Kennedy Boodal myself, and a three-way conversation with Ian Django Thomas, and it was agreed that he is in fact ready to speak. My next question to Mr. Kennedy Boodal, who is a friend, by the way. Kennedy is someone that we speak from time to time. No bad feelings, nothing negative to say about the man. I've had him on the program before. We spoke for a number of times before that. Anyway, so Kennedy spoke to me directly and advised that we should put out the flyer. And he's coming on. We spoke about the location where he would be, so that he could get that proper internet connectivity, because we didn't want no mishap. We don't want no break up internet or dark spots. We want it bright. So we agreed on that, and that was confirmed. Subsequently, right after that, we posted the flyer, which you guys probably saw. Probably you did see it, right? So that flyer was posted at a little bit after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flyer was posted, spoke to Kennedy at about 4 o'clock, and everything was a go. We are ready to bring the conversation right here on the ride. However, boy, you just have to love social media, eh? However, ladies and gentlemen, 20 minutes after that, I received a series of calls stating that, boy, they don't believe that Kennedy Boodal would actually come and speak, because they're hearing through the grapevine that there are utterances and people in position, high position, that's preventing Kennedy Boodal from coming and speak on the program. Because what he has to say is, I heard, it is so explosive. It is so big. It is so dynamic, right? It could really change the political landscape a lot. Kennedy know where all the bodies are buried in this political thing. He been there. So, again, after we got a call from XYZ individual advising us that they've been hearing through the grapevine that Kennedy might be a no-show. I said, nah, man. Nah. we spoke to Kennedy again and was reassured that we are on. And I respected that. Still respect the man himself. However, shortly thereafter, we got another call that was coordinated by Ian Django Thomas. Kennedy Boodal was convinced, or influenced, I should say, not to appear on the program. And I might be weird to say that I sort of expected something like that. But I actually thought, that's why I put on the flyer, that in fact and indeed we would hear from Kennedy tonight. Now, why Kennedy position and what he have to say is so powerful. Earlier this week, Kennedy took to social media and make a claim in a post that shook the social meta platform for almost the entire week. People are still talking about it. In fact, I wouldn't even read the statement that was made because it is that damning in terms of the allegations behind the claims that was made. So today's what's pissing me off, right? Let me wait, Ian gone. Okay. Let me bring in Ian because this was all coordinated through Ian Django Thomas, and I was going to be facilitating. We are going to be facilitating the conversation. Ian, how you doing?
Ade,
Yeah.
a bit disappointed, but I'm there.
You're there. Okay. All right. So I gave my version of the story as it unfolded. Tell the people what happened from your perspective, my brother.
Yeah, well, we've been in discussion for quite some time, myself and Kibi. He's really hurting. He wants to speak. He wants to see what he has on his mind, what he experienced, all his experiences in relation to what took place here from major political events. He wants to share his revolutionary experience, his experience with the involvement with the National Democratic Congress of the past, his involvement with the new National Party presently, and the present political situation, what is happening in the NNP. He wants to share. And but I believe he's restricted by some forces greater than himself to go into detail what he really wants to say. But he will be back. As he promised, he will join us one of these days to share, because it's something that is burning inside of him.
Yeah. I just had to laugh, I just had to laugh because it's kind of like I could have seen this happen. I could have seen myself sitting here and explaining to my guests, my viewers, that KB would not come on. It's just almost like I was like, this is deja vu. But why do you think that KB wanted to speak in the first place? Why did you think that he reached out? Why do you think that he wanted to get this out?
You see, I believe everybody at some point in their life, they would like to bring clarity, bring some closure to whatever situation they're involved with. If you notice in some instances when some folks are on the dying bed, they would call the people that they may have wronged in the past to kind of just speak and get it off their chest. So I believe that is what is happening in KB's case. He's not dying to say he's dying, but I believe so much is happening in the political realm that he see it fitting to probably chime in, because he's basically been silent for a very long time in terms of the disrespect that is meted out to his colleague, his boy. As we all know, he's as he always say, I want to say it that way, as KB always say, he's not an NNP. He's a Peter David NNP. So, taking it from that context, the conversation that is being bandied around by the present leader of the new National Party against Peter David, I believe KB's had enough, and he wants to explode, as he rightfully said earlier today. Because if you look at the conversation, it's one man attack. We haven't heard Peter's side of the they come here want to take over we host kind of conversation. So I believe that is exactly where KB wants to speak and lay the foundation probably for what they see as the transformation or the rebirth of the new national party.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, why you think KB felt the need to want to speak now? Was there anything that agitated that move? You think? You believe?
I think last Thursday's meeting, because Friday morning when I woke up I saw a post from him on
Right.
Facebook highlighting some statements that was made in the Thursday night meeting in the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School. I believe that sparked his interest in speaking against, well, actually defending himself, because he said to me that the conversation where the leader of the New National Party made reference to some Belma debt. I'm not sure if it was taken in the wrong direction or in the wrong vein, but KB felt slighted because remember he was accused of that same situation many years ago, over 40 years ago.
Right.
So for the leader of the New National Party to bring it up, he felt that that was a personal attack because the leader is not only attacking Peter, but he's attacking Peter and all his associates. So they now have to come together, and I believe you would see in the very near future, we'll see more individuals that is aligned to the Peter David side of the New National Party speaking out, because remember they have a campaign now to execute. You cannot go into the campaign and the leader is bashing you, and nobody's responding, because he would motivate now his delegates to listen to what he has to say, and they didn't get the side of the other gentleman that is putting themselves up for leadership. So I believe that Thursday night's meeting is what really broke the camel back. That was the straw that really broke the camel back for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I anticipate there would be some pushback. It may not be today, but I anticipate there would be some serious pushback coming from that side of the party. And it's healthy too. It's part of the democratic process. It gives other individuals an opportunity to share their side. They give the delegates an option. Let them choose. Let us believe is either the leader is speaking the truth or Peter is speaking the truth. Let us get the thing running, man.
Guys, let me say this again. The program we promoted today is to have Kennedy Boodal, and the gentleman that you see in next to me, that's not Kennedy, that's Ian Django Thomas, right? So that's Kennedy. That's Kennedy. That's Django. So as we promoted earlier, that Kennedy Boodal would be coming on because he has a explosive story to tell, right? And that's why we promoted it, because we was given the reassurance that that would be the case. Shortly before program time and up until program time, our producers, Django, myself, we were still trying to figure out, and hopefully KB will, come on and at least say something, because of course we got the reassurance and the approval and the okay to publish a flyer that said such as we promoted there. So we didn't take down the flyer simply because we still was trying, because this went out to thousands of people. Everyone was messaging, everyone was expecting to hear what KB had to say. So we were still hoping that that would be the case. We just learned, confirmed a little before we came on air, that KB would not come on. Now, with that being said, guys, no love lost with KB. I understand that it is politics, and sometimes you have to play the game. So he is doing the dance. Let's put it like that. He's doing the dance. But let me ask you this, Django, because you had this long conversation with KB. Why is KB or Peter David scared or afraid to speak and defend the position at this point in time, whether on this media or any other medium?
I think it's a matter of history repeating itself. Because remember, our history would say, it would point to us that almost every involvement that Peter had and KB had, it ended in some kind of fracas in some kind of way.
Right.
So I personally believe they want to minimize that in the interest of preserving their own self. Because you know what the public would say? These two men always creating bacchanal when it comes to politics. So from that perspective, I believe they rather probably not have the public believe that is the reality and wait and play it out. But the reality, the truth is, neither of these men are happy where they are. Remember when Peter was part of the revolution, the conversation, I was a baby at the time, but based on the conversations, the demise had something to do, they see, with David and his team.
Right.
And then if you look at the NDC of 2008, David, Kennedy, Boodal, and them again. And then for this thing to repeat itself again now in 2024, the record would show that the gentleman and the team may just have an infectious spirit that they may not that it may not be conducive for politics. So I believe that's one of the reasons why they kind of don't want to speak to the public. And I'm not trying to agitate them to speak to the public, although I hope they would speak to the public.
Right.
Because I firmly believe that for a democracy to be functioning in a healthy way, you must have the conversation. You must have you see the silence, it creates suspicion.
Yeah.
It creates that environment where people would believe, okay, well, you're behind the scenes and you're pulling and you're making moves and so forth. But if you're out in the public knows your position, your stance, what you believe, how you decide to go ahead. So once you decide to remain silent, the perception will be that these guys causing problems, They're not the troublemakers, but they're causing the trouble.
Right.
They will send their troops out to destabilize and so forth. But I would really love especially Peter and KB, if we could get both of them to have a discussion and let us see how, because you see the democracy that we practice here, it's supposed to be a healthy democracy. It's supposed to be something that gives you the opportunity to express your speech, your belief, your conscience, because we're guided by a constitution and it gives us that right. It gives us that opportunity. So allowing an individual or a group of individuals to silence you from speaking out of fear, I don't think we're practicing a healthy democracy if we allow that to happen. So Peter should come on. KB should come on.
Yeah. But let me ask you this question, right? Who do you think that really influenced KB? Because when we spoke to him, he said, boy, I get call from everybody. everybody I could just imagine what they tell him. Everybody calling KB. Right? But who do you think he respect most about not coming on? Or who do you think have more to lose if he does not show up on this program? Or when?
I think Peter might be one of his greater influences, looking at the relationship for well over 40 years. I think also his kids, because he also mentioned that his children called him to kind of refrain from the conversation at this point. So I believe he have that level of loyalty and camaraderie with his kids. But I believe Pedro is one of the greater influences in his life in terms of the politics, and because they have a very, very, very unique relationship. Very unique, very unique, very unique. Yeah, you don't find that type of loyalty in individuals easy. KB is, in my view, probably 200% loyal to Pedro. And that might be for good reasons.
Right. So you say he is standing back and he is deciding not to speak because he feel like if he speak at this point in time, it would affect Peter's chances at the upcoming convention. But let me ask you this, based on your observation of this political drama that's unfolding, doesn't that make Peter look weak as a leader?
Well, I want to answer that two ways. Let me answer the first part first. KB may be able to speak, but he may not want to speak on this platform because they have this
perception
flowers hanging over your affiliation and your association. Although I know invitations are extended to everybody, and some choose to utilize and some choose not to. So I believe that too might be an issue with the platform or who the panel may just be. I think that might be, but I believe he would speak because today it was said that he would be on a NMP program on Saturday. He will be on one of the programs Saturday. But the questioning and the line of the conversation may not even be in terms of democracy. It may be a guided conversation again, because you know how it is done. They may have a guided thing coming, pre-convention conversation kind of thing. But the truth is, I think the platform might be an issue. That's why the calls were made. So many calls were made today.
Yeah.
Going to the Peter as a leader. Peter as a leader. Peter is a very good friend of mine, and I would say that openly. He's a very good friend of mine.
Mine too.
He's a humanitarian. If you want to call him that, you could call him a humanitarian.
Right.
I am not too convinced. You see, what I understand about politics, leaders would rise and they would take the position. They wouldn't wait for somebody to hand them a position.
Right.
And they wouldn't be scared to rise through the ranks of the organizations. Your performance would bring you to that level. Peter has performed as a minister at different ministries at a reasonably okay level. But you see the killer instinct that is needed to see a leader come and decide, this is mine. You see how Keith did to Blaze in the past? This is mine, and you stamp your authority and you hold on to it. I don't think he have that killer instinct. I think he wants to tread cautiously because of the same conversation of the past and breakup thing and bacchanal thing. And so he's trying to tread cautiously and please these people and don't want to make it look that way. But as a leader, I believe you have to come forward and decide, listen to me, I come here, I want to be leader of this thing, let's work and see what we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pussyfoot when you want leadership. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly, because I think people are looking at this whole leadership thing now as, what if he's representing the country? Say for instance, or for example, Peter emerged as the leader, Peter became prime minister, and you have a country that's antagonizing, or a particular, jurisdiction that's antagonizing Grenada. You're just gonna sit because you're timid at them?
Yeah.
And pull me one. You have this country, this island might be pushing you out, or, for instance, the island gas thing, and this one say they taking it, and whatever the situation is, you will just sit timid. People want a bold leader. Leaders are not timid. Leaders are leaders make tough decisions and stamp the authorities and put their foot down.
Yep. And you see, leaders don't really look for popularity.
No, you don't do things
for what is right and what benefits the majority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if this is the lens that a lot of people are watching Peter from now. If you are solely looking at it from a me perspective, it's not about the country, it's about how you feel and how it's making you feel. It's not about the bigger perspective. And that's the lens in which I think a lot of people are looking at Peter, especially that he's been sitting and getting so much disrespect, right? And blatantly, it's not like it's just like a shade. It's full color.
Yeah.
It's not a shade. It's full color disrespect. But Peter just ends saying nothing because he wants a leader, and that's tough. That's tough, and I don't know how we do it. Do you think that Peter would actually come on at any point in time and speak, from what you know about Peter?
I think he would. You see, I want to believe that he would speak, but I still want to be cautious because I would take my mind back to the same period in 2010 there about when the NDC was having issues and all fingers was pointing against Peter. And he never said anything. He never defended himself, he never denied anything. So you see the same thing happening again. If I am Pedro, if I'm Charles, because Charles is who I call him, if I am Charles, I would do my own, you see, just as how Mitchell is going around with his campaign, I would do my own campaign.
Right.
Because I have my following, I have my agenda, I have the way I want to see the party. If it's an internal elections, I would share the view of the party. I wouldn't ride on Keith's train anymore. Because this train is already derailed and it's going in a direction that is a place basically of no return. Because what the present leader is doing, he's walking through the crowd of the New National Party with a sword and he's just slashing everybody in his way. And that is going to leave a lot of casualties in the NNP. Because you cannot go out every Thursday or every week you get a chance and you're attacking your own people. This is crazy. This is worse than expelling people, you know. This is way worse than expelling, because what is happening now, the supporters of Peter David would, wait now, this man attacking us.
Mm.
And the political lines in Grenada is not a fat line to cross. It's a very slim line to cross.
Right.
Don't be surprised one day we're in the parliament and Pedro just get up and say, you know what, I had enough of this, I'm going to the next side of the floor. It's not a white. He doesn't have to take a boat to travel to go across the floor.
Right.
You understand the point?
Right.
So this period for the new National Party should be a period of building and consolidating what you have. You're done fragile already. You cannot go out and attacking everybody every day. You cannot try to promote somebody that is not a national figure. That is not somebody that doesn't have the international links and the networks.
Yeah.
You're promoting one of the weakest persons in your camp in terms of national appeal. You're promoting that person and then you're ostracizing the person that has national appeal, that could carry votes. So it's easy for the NDC to open its arm and say, Pedro, welcome home. Come back home and bring your support.
That's interesting because two things about that. Right? I'm going to ask a question that a lot of people are asking right now. So if the new National Party, Dr. Keith, is pushing you, as you said, one of the weakest link in the party to be leader. Shouldn't folks on the NDC side, the advocate and the members of the NDC even celebrate that? Like, that's good news for them. If they think Emmeline is weak, then yeah, push Emmeline. Yeah, go ahead with Emmeline because Peter might put up more of a fight. So why even entertain if Peter do this or if Peter do that? If they ostracize Peter, throw Peter in the ravine or don't disqualify his delegates, why should people like yourself and others not be celebrating right now?
It wouldn't be good for democracy. Because let us go on a national debate, leader against leader. Let's say the member for St. Andrew South East now becomes the leader of the new National Party against the present Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell. Let's put them on a national debate, a national stage to have a debate about national topics, things outside of youth. What would be the result of the debate?
Right. But you're not only looking at you're not only looking at the leader alone, you know, because election is about constituency and having right candidates in the right places. So you may have a leader like Emmeline. Okay, NNP or NDC people would vote NDC people regardless. And if NDC have weak leadership in certain constituency, whether they have Emmeline or Peter, they may have stronger stronger MP or stronger prospective candidates in those areas that could potentially win. Like, for instance, if Dr. Kidd decide he's not running in his constituency, a lot of people might say anybody he put in that constituency most likely would win because he would endorse them. He would give them his blessing. And there might be others as well within other constituency. So whether it's Peter or Emmeline, you don't think that they still might be a strong force to be reckoned with?
No, I don't believe that. I believe, frankly, I believe the larger population votes for a prime minister.
I see.
Because there are candidates, in my view, that is very weak, but they would hold on to a seat because of the party they run with. They don't bring anything politically to the table. They're not politically savvy. They're not charismatic. They're not connected. They're not people's people. But because they're on a particular ticket, and furthermore, it's on both sides of the party, both sides of the fence. There are individuals that won the seats with the National Democratic Congress only because the leader of the party is who he is. They don't bring no political capital to the political organization. The party would get the same votes with or without them. And it's on both sides. Yes, so people, I believe, generally vote for the leader who is going to govern, who is going to be the representative out there, who could speak their language, who understand their pain, who knows how to relate to the people. That is one of the reasons why the leader of the new National Party still has a level of popularity, because remember, he propagated a system. He propagated the bushing. He propagated he propagated other systems that would make him look as a man that is championing the cause of the poor, because he understands the poor.
Right.
Now, the present prime minister is creating a different kind of So the people that is in the middle class, the working class, kind of they would gravitate because they believe in that type of philosophy. So the people really vote for the leaders, the top of the party. That's what they vote for. One or two candidates might carry large families and personal votes, but generally the population vote for leaders.
Let me ask you this question again. Guys, you're watching Ridealong Live, and this is what's pissing you off. And as I said earlier, the program was designed tonight to, it should have been us speaking with Kennedy Boodal with an explosive pronouncement, right? Even more explosive than what you saw on social media this week. But, however, right before program time, a few hour or so before program time, we got the news that Kennedy Boodal, he called us. He didn't dodge us. He didn't run away from it. He came and he spoke to us and he told us what was happening and why he may not be able to appear on the program tonight. Hence the reason why we ain't throwing Kennedy under the bus, right? Kennedy is my boy. I see Kennedy in St. Patrick. I see Kennedy in St. Mark. Kennedy always healing me up. Whenever I call Kennedy, he always answers his phone, so I don't have no problem with Kennedy. And this is no way disrespect to Kennedy Boodal. But we do understand that he had to do whatever he had to do at this point in time, right? So that's what's happening right now. The question I wanted to ask, since you may know Peter very well, right? Do you think Peter is a type of candidate, a transformative candidate that could bring the entire party together? Or do you think just by Peter's presence, if he emerged as party leader, there might be a fraction of the party who may not be in full support of his leadership?
Yes, yes, because remember, NMP is designed with a lot of loyalists. They are loyal to the present leader and whatever it is he promotes. So Pedro would have some challenges in terms of unifying some of those individuals, especially if the present leader doesn't give him the blessing. He would have a challenge with unifying that group of individuals. But outside of that, the gentleman carries a level of charisma that would, you see, as all local people say, Peter Doashim, he would speak with everybody, even if he understand that they oppose him. He would try his best to have a relationship, have a conversation with them, chat with them. And you see, in politics, that is a critical ingredient.
Right.
Because sometimes your first interaction with somebody is very hostile. The average person that is not politically trained may return the hostility.
Right.
But Pedro, what I understand about him, he don't do that. You get your hostility, he swing back around you and he come back and he's still chatting with you. He's still calling, he's still coming in your family funeral when you have things, and he's still trying to reach out. So that is a good characteristic of a politician, because he wouldn't allow one person or one situation to determine what the future is. And you could look at his presence in the New National Party, because remember, in the parliament many years ago, the present leader of the New National Party wanted to kill, basically in terms of speaking with words. I ain't know about no gun and no business, in terms of the conversation they had in the parliament.
It's in the parliament.
Yeah, you could see he was attacking Pedro personally.
Okay.
Every time in the parliament he would attack, they had a personal, and then Peter wouldn't even respond to him. And then you saw the result of that. He didn't respond. He took all their abuse, verbal abuse, and then they're in bed. They end up in bed in 2013. So that is the kind of individual he is. He wouldn't return, because the truth is there are individuals that I know that supports the National Democratic Congress that may not even have that level of hatred meted towards them from the present leader. And they wouldn't even utter a word to him because they don't like his type of politics.
Right.
They don't like the way he approached things. They don't like the way he speaks. They don't like his demeanor.
Do you think it's that or just ideology? Because there is leftist leaning, there is right leaning, there's different, like for instance, right? Peter being the person that he is, I understand his politics to be that might be more aligned with the left, right? Like he might be more aligned with, say, the Democratic Party in the US, right? And we know for a fact that the NDC is more aligned with the Democratic Party. However, the Republican, the NNP would be more aligned because of the ideology and all of those stuff. They might be more aligned with the Republican Party, right? And even the what was that? Is it JLP of Jamaica? That's their alignment. So Donald Trump might be along the lines of who the ideology might align himself with. Although Donald Trump is way left
We right.
of it.
Mhm.
So Peter now being that coming in, we would have two parties based on the ideology, and that's my assumption. Based on the ideology, there might be two parties, the NNP and the NDC, that is aligned this way and not that way. If Peter comes in, do you think that might be the reason why Dr. Keith is trying so hard to maintain that difference, or that difference in particular in the politics?
I can't say yes for this because the truth is, my interpretation. Yes, NDC is leaning more to the left. Yes, Peter is leaning more to the left. But I'm not too certain that the New National Party is all the way center or on the right. I really believe that our politics here really is almost mirror. It's almost a mirror. It's almost kind of close. It's not that far apart because all the social programs are maintained. All the generally the general overview of local politics is basically from almost the same lens. We don't have no drastic difference in terms of our philosophy and what we believe and how we execute the state resources and so forth. So I'm not too sure if the New National Party's leader is more right and he believes Peter is left. That's why they want to give Peter the party. I don't think that is the case. I think the issue is Peter didn't born an NNP, as the gentleman rightfully said. You have to come from the belly of the New National Party to be the new leader, and with his association with things that Mitchell didn't support as part of the revolution and these things, I think that to have a deep-seated problem because, I just believe it's a personal thing, to be honest with you, with this gentleman and Pedro,
Right.
because Pedro seemed to have gravitated to the upper echelons of the New National Party. He has brought in quite a lot of individuals in strategic areas, and they rose to the level of chairman and deputy chairman and high positions within the New National Party. So naturally, Pedro is a threat because the St. Patrick seats, and I understand that the political lead in these constituencies cannot even report to the General Secretary of the New National Party, and that by the Constitution supposed to be what's supposed to happen. So the Constitution was overruled in a sense to create a new creature. We call them political leads that is not even part of the thing to eliminate the natural processes of the party.
Okay, sorry, we have a caller. We have a caller on the line here. Sorry, Django. That threw you off a bit.
Hope it's Peter.
Hi, good night, Jonah.
Caller, turn your background down. It is killing us. The background audio is very loud.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Good night, Junior.
Hey, good night, caller. Where you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Grenada.
Grenada, go right ahead.
Just want to say, first of all, Junior, I think that Dr. Keith, with his rhetoric recently, has been destroying the party by trying to anoint one person, which is Emlyn Pierre, and trying to sidetrack Peter David. Doc has to understand that he is the one who brought Peter David into the NMP party. And when he anointed Peter into the party, it was not all of these things that he is presently saying about Peter. Peter ran for the NMP for 3 consecutive terms and win. Not only that, right? Peter was the one that won his seat, and now Doc is saying that he don't trust the man. Then he's saying that the man is too leftist, he's too extreme, and all the time the man was with him. And it doesn't necessarily mean, Junior, that if Doc anoint Emlyn Pierre, that the people would vote for Emlyn Pierre. Because the power of any party is in the hand of the electorate. So I think what Doc should do, in all fairness, leave Peter, Emlyn Pierre, and whoever want to run in the convention for leadership. I think that he will get more trust and credibility of the party. So, for example, if the delegates say they want Peter and they vote Peter, everybody support and back Peter and bring back unity to the party. If the delegates say they want Emlyn, let it be so. And finally, Junior, let me say, in my heart of hearts, I believe that the doc wanted to run still. And if the doc wanted to run, he should have been a big man and say, well, I want to run still, because in reality, as the brother on the program is saying, he has certain lawyers still. So I don't even believe what people say that the doc is too old to run. I never vote for none of them, so I'm not preaching for anybody here, whether NDC or NMP. I'm just saying I believe the way the doc behaving, he is destroying Junior, his legacy as a political senior leader, and also he is destroying the party. And remember, listeners out there, when Doc and them used to be beating up NDC 15 seats, it was because NDC didn't know who was the real leader and they were not united. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. Again, 718-701-5720. What's your take on that, Django?
No, the gentleman is actually correct. Because you see, I tell you, like I said earlier, the doc is running through the crowd with a sword and just chopping people up. You don't want to have that level of bloodshed at this stage in the organization. It's a transitionary period, and you should try to consolidate as much as possible. Get all the delegates to support. If you have to have a meeting with both Peter and Emlyn and say, you know what, watch, they were going on. We want no bacchanal, you leader, you deputy, all this, all it out to run, figure it out all yourself, and let's go in a united way. We already, as the democracy is somewhat managed, they manage it from behind the scenes and they bring it to the public. Peter could be the leader, Emlyn could be the deputy, and you run with that. You can't just come publicly and ostracize and want to cut out one man head and then you're promoting another person, and then the person you're cutting out is way more popular than another person. So you're just creating unnecessary instability in your own organization. And he's getting that free from me. I ain't charging him for that. It's basic one-on-one politics.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. The caller said something there. You said it as well. Do we know that Dr. Keith is not going to run? Because he never said that he's not. The last time I heard he spoke on that, he said that he will go back to his constituency and see and speak to them and get the word or the feedback from them. That doesn't mean that he's not. And here's why I believe that we don't know at this point if he is or if he's not. And I believe that he is. Here's why. We're not seeing any movement from the constituency end. Because in order to not run for prime minister, he said that he wouldn't run as an MP. So he's not going to have a political leader who's Emlyn Pierre or Peter David and run as just a regular MP in his constituency. But are we seeing any movement from his constituency? Did he put anybody as a caretaker in his constituency? Did he move, or is he moving anyone to take up or molding someone to take up his place in his constituency? So far, we haven't seen that. So if we're not seeing any constituency movement, what make you think that he would not run or not put his name in for leadership in the convention on the 15th?
I wouldn't say there's no move in the constituency. Recently, we saw a gentleman that was associated with the NDC decide that that might be his place of refuge. We could see that. Yeah, we could see that. And also, too, what could happen, as was done in St. Kitts and Nevis, the gentleman could simply decide, you know what, I wouldn't run as a leader, but what I would do, I would run as the deputy political leader. And he would maintain his constituency, but he would call the shots of the leader because he wants somebody, in my view, somebody that he would be able to control. And because the reality is, if the female contender assumes the position without him being there to guide and hold her hands to meet with the international community, it will become a very difficult challenge for her to pursue and manage the office of Prime Minister as it is right now. So I believe if ever he runs, he's going to run as a deputy. Peter would get squeezed out totally. Peter may have to resign from the New National Party. And he would, the other gentleman might probably run in another constituency or run in the same Northwest, and the present leader running another constituency or something. There's a lot of time to make moves. There are a lot of moves that we made there, because it's just what, 2 and something, almost 3 years, not even 3 years as yet. So there's a lot of time for them to get familiar with thing. But I believe he may, if he decide to run, he would run as a deputy, and he would have the convention nominate the female contender as the leader, and Peter would get squeezed out.
Let me throw that out there, right? Because this could be deemed as vindictive politics. I don't know if that's the term, but I think it's vindictive. Well, tell me what you think about this, right? NDC, as it is right now, they are looking like potentially the most stable organized party. Although they had this thing with Laco, they expelled Laco, who was a senator. He's out. They had now the third minister of youth, sports and culture. First we had Ron, then we had Laco. Now we have Delma Thomas. Delma Thomas. So NDC is without flaws here, right? They did do a couple things, a misstep here and there, if you could put it like that. Vindictive politics, if that is the term. What if the prime minister decided that he would call an early election, like within the next couple months? What would be the status? What would be the I said it's vindictive, right? Because I think it's it's a crazy thought. But what would be the situation, you think, with the NNP and the NDC? What position are they in right now?
I would endorse that. I would personally endorse a snap election right as the NNP convention is over. The shortest possible time before they could regroup.
Right.
Because you see, in 2022, if the New National Party called an election right before the NDC's convention, NNP would have been in power still. Because remember, NDC was helter-skelter all over the place. We weren't sure what it is. We're looking at the leader. We had Andal couldn't think. We had Persuader. We were in a place that wasn't the best place to be.
Right.
He was scrambling for, you understand what I'm saying? The popularity wasn't there. You didn't have a clear direction what it is you wanted to do. If I had any saying to this, I would have let the Prime Minister. Well, I know he's not no kuno muno, as we don't say in the countryside. I know he's a smart guy. But before that too, the National Democratic Congress have a few seats that they need to revisit. Firstly, they had very weak candidates there, as I said earlier. People voted for the party because of the leader.
Right.
There are a few seats that the Prime Minister and the team needs to, well, I'm assuming that they're doing that. There are some seats that you need to address as soon as possible and prepare for snap elections. Prepare, because in my view, and I keep saying that in my view, how I see it from where I sit,
right,
it will be difficult for the New National Party to regroup anytime soon. And as a political organization, you're looking for all the advantage you could get,
right,
to retain and to maintain your power. So if they're scrambling and 2 weeks after the convention, you hear Peter and Emlyn fighting, give them something to fight about. Let's go to the polls.
Let's take a quick call. We got a caller on the line. Caller on the WhatsApp, go right ahead.
Good night.
Good night, caller. Wait, turn your television or your background down a bit.
Turn it off already.
All right, thank you. Tell us where you're calling us from.
Calling from Grenada.
Go right ahead, caller. Yeah, no, just go ahead. Go ahead. He can hear you, but you won't hear him. So just make your point and then he'll respond.
Okay, my point is to Django. I find he talking a little bit too much. He's my real good friend. But I find he talking a little bit too much on this Peter's side too much. And that is hurting me. Me and you too good. Stay out of that. You're saying a little bit too much, my boy. I love you. You know that. As Peter was one too that I did really love. And from since Peter leave, I'm go with NNP. I'm not into that. Let Peter take what he gets right now. I still like him, you know. But let him take what he gets. He look for it. Let him take that. Have a good night.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. They say you endorse it too much, Django.
No, but you see, like I said earlier, I would like for the democracy to function the way it's supposed to function. Because it doesn't make no sense. I had real gripes when NNP was winning 15 seats at the time, and I said to myself, but That can't make no sense because you have 15 people going to the parliament and just sitting down and kicking about themselves, and the nation business is not being done. So we need to have a vibrant opposition, one that could challenge the government to make the government do better.
Yeah.
Make sure that everybody's on the P's and Q's and they can't slip up, because we have kids. We want the society to be a place that is healthy. You ain't ending up in no one party state as was promoted in the past. We have a healthy functioning democracy.
Yeah, Django, they said that you're making everybody smart, boy. Making them smart.
I should charge. I should put what they call the fee. I should charge for that.
A fee. Let me say this again.
Consultation fee.
Consultation fee. Guys, you're watching Along Live, and again, this conversation today is supposed to be one with Kennedy Boodal, but right before programming time, he decided that he wasn't going to come on anymore. We believe that he was influenced by others not to speak for the good or for the bad, whatever. Probably it was for the bad. Who knows? Probably they saw it as for the good. But at some point in time, I could assure you that Kennedy Boodal will come on this platform because we maintain a good communication, a good relationship. No love lost with Kennedy Boodal. I understand this is politics. The question and the what we're speaking about right now is the silence of Peter David and the silence of the people in his camp helping or hurting his candidacy going into the convention on the 15th. That is where we are. So again, we open up the phone lines if you want to call in. The number 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. And that's the live. That's the number. In fact, guys, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we had more phone line calls on the line right here. You're watching Ridealong Live. We'll be right back.
Island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Guys, Ridealong Live is brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride.gd. Don't forget also, guys, that we are having, this is first time ever, never done before, first time ever, history in the making, right? Like everything else we do is history in the making. We are doing a Grenada island-wide beach tucking tour. No. When you have to say it right. Don't say the wrong thing, right? We are having a Grenada island-wide beach tucking tour. What I mean, let me tell you. So we're gonna start in St. George, right? We have tuk-tuks, so we have full tuk-tuks with everybody. Yeah, we have 4 tuk-tuks that's gonna be on this ride, right? So a total of about 12 or 13 people that's gonna be riding with us in the fleet. We live in St. George and we head into St. David. And we're doing our first beach stop in St. David. We stay there for a little bit, then we get on, we head to St. Andrew. We go to St. Andrew, we go to Hope Beach or one of the popular beach. We may go to Big Bay, we might go to Telescope. From St. Andrew, we head off to St. Patrick. Okay, head off to St. Patrick. From St. Patrick, head off to St. Mark. And when we reach St. Patrick, we go into the beach there. We go into the Breakwater Beach, right there, nice and calm. We're having lunch. Leave there, we head to St. Mark. When we get to St. Mark, we go to another beach in St. Mark. Then head off to St. John, fishing capital, beach in St. John. Head back into St. George, and it concludes back in St. George. So we're going through the entire island. So it's a Grenada island-wide beach tucking tour. I got to say it right. I got to put my tongue between my teeth and make sure I don't say the wrong thing. So say it right. The island-wide beach tucking tour. For more information on that, you have to call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. The beach tucking tour and that's on. I ain't give you the date yet. In fact, we ain't confirmed the date yet, but I'll give you a chance to register after tomorrow. All right, got a caller on the line. Let's go to the caller on the phone lines. Caller, live. Where you calling us from?
Grenada.
Grenada, go right ahead.
Yeah. The situation now with the NNP, Dr. Mitchell has made things so bad that I think even though Dr. Mitchell, even though one or the other between Peter David and NNP win the political leader of the party will suffer. So I think the only chance NNP stand, and it might sound stupid, for Dr. Mitchell to remain the leader of the party. Because he has done so much damage to both sides. He ain't doing it to the Olympia directly, but remember Peter David supporters are loyal to. So he has done so much damage to both sides and he don't know that. So right now, I think the only alternative is for Dr. Mitchell to remain the leader of the party. And remember, he said he would not be in the party if he's not the leader. He said that on GBN.
Yeah.
He would not be in the party if he's not the leader. So, in my humble opinion, the man has damaged things so much that he should just remain the leader of the party. And if he win the election while he's in power, whoever he wants. He nominate whoever he wants to run.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. Django, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of perspectives where you could look at in terms of what he would do, but he's doing a lot of damage. He's doing more damage than good to the party. Because the last election, the reality was a referendum on him. The people voted against Dr. Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And the tired see face, and then you come in with this Bob Marley about the tired see me face, and you still can't get out of the reason. You see, the democracy could be such a lovely thing here.
Right.
Just understand your position, understand your contribution, make it and move on. The truth is, what new concept, what new idea, what new project, what new program can come from Dr. Mitchell right now?
Right.
What new concept can he bring? His better years are behind him. And that's the reality. We can't live forever. We can't manage businesses forever. We can't work forever. We have a period that is where we operate at optimum, and the majority of people operate at optimum in a particular period in their life, in probably a 20-year span. You've been there for 40 years in the same place, basically. What you didn't do in 20 and 30 years, what make you feel you go do it after 40 years? St. George Northwest is still one of the poorest constituencies after 40 years. You didn't fix it then, why would you fix it now? You have 2,000 plus loyal voters for you that their lives has not really transformed in any major way over 40 years.
But that
so many people that was...
If that is the case, that didn't affect, if that is the case, that didn't affect their loyalty.
Thank you very much. They loyal to what? What day was that? Today's what? Tuesday, last week Thursday, I was coming on a bus. I took a bus last week Thursday. And next to me was a lady leaving St. Andrew, going to St. George to Happy Hill to collect $50. And how I know? Because she was on the phone next to me, talking. She don't know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting right the very next seat to her. I go, nobody dog and collect me $50. You're paying $20 in bus to go and collect $50, you know. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah. $30.
And that's where the loyalty lies.
We got a call on the line. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Hey, Junior. Greetings, man. I'm calling from Grenada.
Grenada, go right ahead.
Let me just touch on the issue of Dr. Mitchell and his method of approach in trying to establish a new leadership within his organization. Let us step back for a while. Let us look at Antigua. You remember when Bud, the father, was a founding member of the Antigua Labour Party?
Yes.
When Bud was stepping out of power, constitution or not, he ensured his son was going to be ascended to leadership of the party. Conventional or otherwise, that was going to happen. But his method of doing so was acceptable. St. Vincent. So James Mitchell, when he was going out of office, he made sure he handpicked Ralph as leader going forward, convention or not. Now it is rumored in St. Vincent that Ralph is in the process of handpicking his son to be ascended to leadership of the party. But the process or the method of doing so is unlike what Dr. Mitchell is doing here. Dr. Mitchell is not doing something wrong, but his method of approach is bad. That is going to damage the party. Trinidad, the UNC would never, mark my words, would have a black person
as a leader
of the UNC. It's not the leadership of the UNC is always going to be East Indian. The PNM is always going to be a black person, regardless to convention or not.
And some might say the same for Guyana.
Yeah, let us go to Barbados, Junior. Now we get going places. Remember this the situation with the Adams family?
Yes.
So the whole thing about lead, because you see, I tell you what would lend itself to that is the Prime Minister as a founding member of the NMP, or in the case of St. Vincent, Ralph being the longest serving member now of the St. Vincent Labour Party. So he has that cachet that he could literally handpick who the successor is going to be, conventional or otherwise.
Right.
Dr. Mitchell process of doing it is what is damaging. Right. On the issue of voting, and I heard your guess, the vast majority of our voters in this country, we don't vote on policies. The politician has created an environment of like and dislike, and I'm going to challenge anybody to prove me otherwise. The vast majority of people, when we go to vote on election day, I voted for NMP because I don't like NDC. Right. I voted for NDC because I don't like NMP.
Yeah.
So once that is established, once the politicians could get you to dislike the other party, even if you stink up the joint, they will still vote for you because you don't like.
Right. Yeah.
I rest my case.
Thank you so much, caller. Very, very good point. Very good point. Django, what's your thoughts?
Accurate. You hardly find people crossing the political lines in terms of the voters. But mind you, the candidates could do it without a problem, eh?
Yeah.
The candidates could cross the floor anytime without a problem. But the voters, they maintain that loyalty. They like the party, they like the leader.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, politics is a numbers game, right? It's about addition and multiplication if you want to win. It's not about subtraction or division. When you go that, you start to minus, right? And knowing that, and I'm not into politics, and there are far, people who spend years in politics, but this is a basic fundamental truth. Now, there are people in the middle who are neither NNP or NDC. They vote on the policy. There are a few undecided voters, just like they are in the US and every place else. Now, wouldn't you, as a leader or as a whatever, a leader, prime minister, whatever, going into an election, try to get the people in that middle that are undecided, not ostracize them, not give them. I mean, if you have 20,000 people, that's your 20,000 people. You have them, regardless of what. But you would try to reach over to the others, whether if it's 2,000 or 3,000 undecided, who vote on policy on the day kind of operation. Some people make up their mind when they go into the polling booth who they're voting for because of how the policy and the politics shape it up. Why not try to attract them? I say that to say there is a particular person who ran for a particular constituency last election, and the man, he's not appealing to anybody at all. He keeps nobody's attention, right? After he lost the election, the individual took to social media, created a dummy group with a bunch of cronies. I call them cronies because that's what they do. They just a bunch of dummies. Let's put it like that. And all they do is criticize and attack people. Now, how is that bringing you closer to victory when you're ostracizing some of the people who are offended by this type of BS. You're not going to win because your numbers might stay that. But what about the people in the middle that you have to attract? Creating a social media group, attacking people, cussing people, creating a whole set of havoc and mawet is not going to get you these people. And I don't understand why some politician who is vying for elected office don't understand it's a game of addition and multiplication. They don't understand it. Why? I don't know. I don't know if you have any response to that, John. But I just find that it's crazy.
What I interpret from that is creating fear. So to suppress the noise on social media or to amplify the noise on social media. So if you look, for example, I know exactly who you're speaking about.
Right.
And they would attack you because they want you, if you're not speaking their language, they would attack you to silence you.
Or try.
Yeah, so some people would be frightened, so they wouldn't say because they don't want this man to attack them.
Right.
And if you're speaking their language, they would promote you.
Right.
So what they're doing, they're trying to kind of manage, because social media may not represent what's on the ground. Because the reality is one voter probably have 6 social media names.
True.
So it's not a true representation. Sometimes people would have entire conversations between themselves to create their own narrative.
Right.
So what this gentleman was doing, they really trying to create fear and to suppress the anti-NNP conversation and to promote the pro-NNP conversation. So that is all they're really doing. They're not, I guess it's part of the political game and part of their strategy, really, because they would believe if too many people on social media is speaking the language of that is against them, the world would see NNP as this dark place. Yeah, so they're trying to frighten you. Don't say nothing, because we go attack you. And it's something that has been going on for a while.
Right. But I don't see that as a winning strategy, though. Because I would think that you would want to bring people into your fold. You would want to.
Did the gentleman win his seat?
No, we never win.
He's a loser. He's a loser. So that's the strategy of the loser.
Yeah, that's a loser.
But he lost by close to 2,000 votes too, anyway. So
right.
Let you go ahead, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. Guys watching Ridealong live. And again, for the 4th time, I apologize that Kennedy Boodal did not make it on the program today, but we will try to get Kennedy. Someone just sent me some information there and sent me a picture with Kennedy in Tivoli. Kennedy and them in Tivoli. So
you remember you said he had the birthday party today?
Yeah.
He had the birthday party.
So Kennedy, we might make a pass down in Tivoli and we go chat. All the guys and them down there by Daigo. I think.
Yeah, by Daigo.
Yeah. So closing thoughts, closing words, Django. What advice? And you have to speak to the members of the NDC as well, because if you slip up, right, or if you continue to slip up, or if you are not strong or not representing for what you were elected to, I think it's fair game that we put you on blast, whether you're from the NNP, NDC, because you were elected to support the people, to be the voice of the people, right? Go to your community, hear what the people are saying and present and support them. So whether you're NNP, NDC, or whoever in government, if you are not doing the work of the people, I believe it's fair game that we come in here and character assassinate you, tell you about yourself, and tell you about what you need to do, it don't matter what. So you need to speak to the people on your side as well, Django, and let them know that they have to do the work of the people. That's what they elected to do.
You're putting me on our side. You're putting me on our side because I am a man in the middle of the road. I just have preference and I have things that I wouldn't support. I prefer the NDC. I've always preferred the NDC. It's I think they're more in line with what I would like to see Grenada become. I believe that the approach of the former administration, the handout mentality is something that I am fundamentally against. It was something that was bred to kind of keep people back. I can't support that. No fiber of my being would allow me to support that. So I prefer the NDC. And I could safely say at this point, because who is to say that if the NNP changes the direction in the future, because politics is very fluid.
Yes.
I may decide to support the new philosophy if they adopt a new philosophy. And if NDC probably strays from the present philosophy, I may decide I want to move into a direction that is kind of conducive for what I believe. But you're totally right. There are some NDC individuals at the top level, at the middle level, and at the lower level that they're making some fundamental errors. Some of the folks on top believe that they've arrived. They're better than people in a sense. We vote for them and they forget the people that voted for them and they start to seek their own interests. I have a problem with that also. You have to remember that your employment is as a result of the people placing their confidence in you. And you should always remember that the people first, the state first, and then whatever it is comes after, your family and yourself and your in-laws or whatever the case may be. So there are a few individuals that I personally have an issue with. I may not call names. I would, if I have any authority, I would do what I have to do. And some of the supporters, they're going around making statements that is not healthy for politics. It creates the same division. It pushes people away. And the truth is, some of the things that we say, we don't have to say it, and we could just hush.
Yeah.
As supporters, we don't need to say all the things that we say. It's not my time. No, this is BS in my view. It's Grenada's time. It has always been Grenada's time, and it should always be Grenada's time, because our people are supposed to be the greatest beneficiary of any politics or any party. You can't tell me 3 and 4 people making all the money and then the majority of people in trouble. Time for that passed. Everybody is smart enough, and everybody should be able to be empowered through the programs and projects of the government. So it's supposed to be in the interest of all of Grenada. So the middle ground people that is talking about is we time now they get a little opportunity to probably be in a housing project manager, and you can't speak at these people is NMP. We can't be saying them things. Even if you believe it, you can't say it.
Right.
Yeah. Don't do as the other people that used to say that and who saying all kind of crazy things. We have to be more diplomatic and understand that our employment is to represent and empower the people of the country and the entire society. So for me, that is what it is. So let me give you a real example. And I know this gentleman will do a live. Last week I saw a live on Facebook. It didn't relate to me, no way. A man bashing the government about something he didn't benefit from. He did it the Monday, the Tuesday, I see him as well. Did you know about this program, so and so? No. I brought him into the place. You understand the program. I ain't getting paid to do that. But I just saw it as an opportunity to let him know that the approach he took is not the right approach. Right. If you want some assistance in the agricultural program, here it is. There's an office. Even your guest yesterday, I had to point out to him on one of his posts. He was making some talk about the agricultural thing a couple months ago after Beryl, attacking the Ministry of Agriculture. I said, no. There's an office in Gremline. You need to go to the office and find out from your extension officer. And this is your extension officer's number. This is not my job. But he went, I'm certain he went, and the gentleman spoke with him, and his tone on social media has changed since then in relation to that. So if we know as supporters, if we know of things that could help empower the people's lives, we're not getting paid for it. But at the end of the day, Grenada is who's going to benefit. If the people benefit from the program, it's a Grenadian that benefit. So let us play our part. Let us do what we could do to make the government of the day look good. You don't get paid for everything you do. There are things we do it as community service. So let's continue to do that and enjoy our short lives in this place that we have.
Yeah, man.
The most beautiful island.
That's right. Thank you so much, Django. We'll keep it
Yeah, man, no problem. Anytime, my brother.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man, take care.
Yeah, so that was Django. Ian Thomas here on the live talking to us about a couple of things, good advice, great advice, what's pissing him off and all that stuff. And again, guys, a lot of you still want to hear from KB. We're going to attempt to get that, or probably he might go on another platform and speak, who knows. All right? But we did everything in our power to ensure that we did get KB, but it just didn't work out. Okay? Ridealong live. Sing the song.
Tune in, feel the light, global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight, making waves.
Speaking about the ride, guys, I want you guys to sign up right now for a ride of a lifetime. If you have not yet gotten a chance to ride the tuk-tuk,
Ride along, Join the dance, let's sing the song.
Yes, yes, yes. And if you have a group of friends, right? You have a group of friends and you want to go, you want to take a night out. This Friday and Saturday is night out on the tongue. Night out on the tongue, right? So get your friends together, 3, 4, 5 friends, and say, listen, it's your birthday. Let me take you out. Husband, take out your wife. Wife, take out your husband. Boyfriend, take out your girlfriend. Girlfriend, take out your boyfriend. And all they just do something different now. This is date night. And listen, they're going to love you for it. Imagine you coming to your husband and say, baby, I got something special for you. I got something special. I will teach you how to flirt, right? You say, baby, I got something special for you. You say, what? You say, don't worry. It's something special, right? So get a nice rose and thing, right? Get a nice rose. And you make all preparation with the tuk-tuk before, right? And then tuk-tuk pull up. That's the one I'm going to pull up. You see all the lights and thing like that? And he pulls up in front of your house. And you say, baby, we're going out on a date tonight. Yeah, baby, we're going out on a date tonight. I'm teaching all you how to make all your love last. And he pull up your soul, you pop the champagne.
Leading the ride.
And you have the driver in his tux and thing just driving all you anywhere you want to go. Isn't that a great date night? I hope somebody would take me out on a date night like this. I don't get no good dates, guys.
Ride along.
But that's a good date night. That's a good date night. So for every Friday, every Saturday, date night, take your husband, take your boyfriend out. For more information on the Ride Tuk-Tuk tours, you can call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Yes, that's a good date night, right? You like it? Anytime, you don't have to be Friday and Saturday alone. Oh gosh, let me retract on that statement. You could go any day of the week, all right? But any day of the week. My apologies. Any day of the week. Thanks for the correction, Lara. Right? Any day of the week. You don't have to be nothing. Here's another one. 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 Right? So you want to propose, and you want to make your proposal stand out. You don't want she to say no. You don't want she to say no. When you get down on that knees, she's supposed to say yes. Set up a thing, Dread. Set up a thing. Send a tuk-tuk for her. Send a tuk-tuk for her, right? And the tuk-tuk just bring her into the area that you are, where you are. She don't know what's going on. She there and the champagne and thing, and boof, as they pull up so, and she walk out. And you just roll the red carpet. You get the red carpet, you get the red tuk-tuk and the red carpet, and you roll it down so, and she just walk out and you get on your knees. Listen to me.
Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light.
I'm telling all you.
Every ride.
I'm telling all you.
Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song.
I'm telling all you.
Island to island, strong with the host. We belong.
Anybody want to take me out on a date? I'm available to go out on a date. Let's go. I'm ready. Let us go. I'm a cheap date, by the way. Guys, let me tell you about this one now. Let me show you another scenario. So we have this donut boat, right? This is the donut boat. This is no joke thing, eh? This is no joke thing, right? This is no joke thing. The donut boat, ladies and gentlemen. The donut boat. This is the most romantic thing, the most romantic date ever. Ever, 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 ever. So here's what. You get your girlfriend, your wife, your whatever you have, and say, baby, I want us to go out. And you get the donut boat, you get the tuk-tuk, pick them up on the donut, take them to the donut boat, and all you have a nice little, time by all yourself. But keep in mind that the donut boat holds like about 12 people, right? So later you probably could pick up some more friends and things like that, and all you have a time on the donut boat. Check it out.
Ride along live, worldwide, feel the beat, feel the vibe, amazing host leading the ride. Power to the people we shine, giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, Join the dance, let's sing.
Isn't that just so romantic? So sexy, yeah? I'm telling you guys how to save your relationship, eh? Well, you can't say I hook you guys up.
Power to the people we shine. Fans what they
Yeah, man, I'm hooking all you up.
Let's succeed. Every show.
Right along live, guys. And hear this. If you book tonight, you get your friends together and you book your tuk-tuk or your donut boat tonight. If you call and you make arrangement for this weekend, but you call tonight, everybody who book are giving you 10% of the top. 10%. But you have to call before. I'll give you up until 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. So you have 15 minutes to get your act together. 10%. All right? 15 minutes. Give us a call, ring up the phone line, and you're getting 10%. Just say that you're a rider and you want your 10%, and we book you. And we fully booked up. We only have 2 more tuk-tuks for this weekend, and so all you have to move quick. We'll be right back. Right along live.
Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride should.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Or event to the next level? Advertise on Ridealong Live and reach over 10 million viewers worldwide every month. With a global audience tuning in for the latest news, entertainment, and culture, your message will get the exposure it deserves. Don't miss the opportunity to showcase your brand to a diverse and engaged audience. Ridealong Live, where the world watches and your business grows. Contact us today to get started.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program today, guys. This has been another Ride Along Live for today.
Worldwide,
On the behalf of all of our production crew here at Team Ride Along Live,
host leading the ride.
good night, and good night. Our executive producer, Lois JJ, how you doing?
Let's succeed.
Lynn,
Every with a good
Kibbs, Gail, how you guys doing?
we plan to
See you guys tomorrow.
along.
Bye-bye.
Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island, strong with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island, strong with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island, strong with the host, we belong.